Hey, welcome back to the shop. This is Zach over at ND Woodwerks. Time for another weekly update. So this week has been unproductive on my end. I just, for some reason, could not get my butt in gear and get everything I needed to get done. But I did get some stuff done. It feels like I didn't get enough done, I guess, basically. So you may notice that there's only one pressure pot over here. And I never, if you were keeping an eye on my shop tour video, you saw a new one. Or if you're watching me on Twitter. Or Facebook, I guess. But what happened was I actually shot an entire video on how to set up this pressure pot from TCP Global, but the more investigation I did on the PSI rating for this thing, the less I believed that it was actually rated at 90 max. So I'm at the point where I don't think I'd want to run it above 50 anymore, and that doesn't do what I want it to do. The CA Technologies pots, I have no problem running them at 70. And for doing embedded materials, I think that higher pressure, you're definitely going to get more penetration into the little nooks and crannies with higher pressure. And even, with the white resin, it's hot in here right now, and you have only about 2-minute open time under normal conditions. It's even less now. So when things are starting to really set up, when I'm putting it into the pressure pot, I want to be able to crank up that pressure to 60, 70 pounds per square inch. So that, I don't know, my theory is that if it's starting to harden, higher pressure is going to get more air out. Not that I've had any issues with it, I haven't seen any problems, but again, I'm running it with this pressure pot for the most part. And so even with that Harbor Freight sitting there on its side, I never really used it because this is the one that I go to. So I don't really want, even though this one's nicer than the Harbor Freight, if it doesn't go any higher PSI-wise, I don't see any advantage to it. So they can have it back, and I don't want to mess with PSI ratings. I think one of the biggest problems where people, I've heard stories of the Harbor Freights blowing up, a couple accidents. Well, I've also found out that they used to say that their max rating was 80 on the Harbor Freight pressure pot, and I think that's part of the reason why it's not 80 anymore and why some of those pots blew up. So I don't really want to push the limits. I think 50 would probably work fine. I think this is a great pressure pot for somebody that's just starting out. It's a lot nicer than a Harbor Freight, but it doesn't work for me, so it's going back. So it kind of sucks. I do have another 2.5 gallon CA Technologies pot on the way that I ordered today, so I can't wait so that I can have more. Now, and eventually I want to have 4 pressure pots. I just got to wait till I have enough money to buy all those, but I'll have 3 of the 2.5 gallons and then 1 5 gallon. They're maybe not that tall, but they're quite a bit taller than these 2.5 gallon ones. And I'll be able to get like salt and pepper shaker castings and just tall stuff. I can put it on its side and put, if it has to be square, like the tap handle that I did for Kyle Toth, I could fit, I don't know if you can see it, but I could fit that entire mold in a 5 gallon pot under pressure, no problem. So there's some advantages and other things that I can do with that one, but for the most part, the 2.5 gallons work fine, and I just want a lot of them so I can get more stuff done. Aside from pressure pot issues and all that stuff, this week I have just been kind of doing, oh, thought my camera shut off. I've just been doing little minor tweaks and things to the shop organization. I don't even have any good examples, but just kind of fixing things and getting them kind of perfect. Now, I do have a couple other bigger projects. One thing I did finish was I was waiting on fittings to finish up the dust collection system, so I got all that set up now. And the dust collection system is actually working even better now that I have, elbows where instead of, I would just connect things with that flexible hose and it would kind of crimp. It's much better to have, rigid elbows and stuff on curves. So I think it's even better now, and I'm happy about that. I do have a couple other projects, kind of bigger projects that I still need to work on. The first one is organization of the lathe area. I need some storage stuff, like drawers that I'm going to be putting under the grinders, and racks for the tools so I can just have everything. So I need to kind of come up with that plan and then put it all together, basically. But it's going to be a little bit of work and some time. But I got the dust collection system set up. I honestly haven't even had a chance to turn anything with it, so I'll let you know how it works once I do that. The other big project I need to get done, and I've needed to do this for 3 years, is to build a wall-hanging tool cabinet. Right now, I'm working out of a tool chest, and you may have seen it it was like very quick at the end of the shop tour video. at this point, after the organization of the shop, there's nowhere to put it. It lost its floor space, so I need to get those tools up on the wall. I like having a wall tool cabinet in the first place because they're just easier to get to, basically, rather than digging down in a toolbox type thing. So I need to design that, and that's been the problem. Is, you know, you got to kind of lay out all your tools and make sure that they all kind of have a place. And there's lots of, you know, chisel racks require lots of drilling and all that stuff. So I just never wanted to take the time, but that'll be on the list. I think what I'm going to do also is, to save some time, I'm going to build the carcass or the case out of walnut plywood. I haven't actually worked with walnut plywood, but I do like the look of it. So I think that's what it's going to be. I just need to do all the, the designing and all that stuff sometime. I think that's about it, though. So you know, things are kind of coming together with the shop. I think it works a lot better now, and I'm happy with it. The other thing that I've been doing this week is working on the X-Carve. So I have the X and Y carriage pieces built, and so far it's it's been simple, honestly. It's been nice to be able to follow the Inventables instructions guide. They have it on their website, so I just put my iPad down, got all my tools and all that stuff, laid out the parts, and just been kind of going along. Now, yesterday I ran into a problem because I thought that I didn't have these screws that I do have, and I think Inventables is actually like overnighting me a bag of these, so I do apologize to Inventables for that. Yeah, I can't read, I guess. The shop's pretty hot, and yesterday I was tired, and I thought that I just could not see these screws, even though they're sitting right in front of me. So I can move on now, so that's nice. So I'll be putting together, I think I'm going to start actually building the structure of the, you know, I know the gantry is the next step, so it'll be kind of putting these little carriage pieces onto the gantry. And then I think you start doing the rails and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited. So far, again, it's been easy as far as I'm concerned. If you can put Legos or erector sets together, just follow directions, identify parts. Obviously, I have some problem identifying parts myself, but it's been pretty simple so far. Everything's labeled well, and their instructions are pretty good. So I think it's a pretty good project for pretty much anyone if you have the time, I guess, basically. That's really the issue with this thing. Takes a little bit of time to put it together, but I think it's pretty simple so far. So that's probably about all that's been going on for the most part this week. Nothing finished and you know, fun to kind of talk about. Just working on a lot of different things. The biggest things are the X-Carve, trying to get this pressure pot situation fixed so I can get more stuff done, and then just kind of finishing up that shop organization stuff for the most part. So coming up soon, though, I actually did shoot video of me putting this pressure pot, getting it ready for casting. Again, I don't think that this is a bad pressure pot necessarily. I think it's actually pretty nice. It has some good features, and it's pretty simple actually to set up, but it just isn't working for me. But you know, I'll have a video out, I don't know, sometime soon, hopefully, showing you how to do that. X-Carve build video is being shot as I do it. I'm not going to do any kind of step-by-step how to put it together. There's actually lots of other good, you know, instructions and tutorials out there. I'm mainly just kind of showing you what's involved, and then I'm going to kind of stop and talk about anything that I find needs talking about on the build. And then it's just going to be whatever I, you know, like the first project I make or whatever I do with it. So just some kind of how my experience doing this, you know, and what I think about it. So coming soon, hopefully. I should hopefully have this thing done in the next couple days. But if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below on YouTube. You can also find an accompanying post for this video on my website, and you can leave comments and questions there. You can email me at zach@nbwoodworks.com if you need to get a hold of me direct. I'm out there on Facebook and Twitter as well. So yeah, so thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.